Hello everyone, I'm Atul Dahale and welcome to my incredible chess channel. Sinqfield Cup 2023 has been won by Fabiano Caruana, and in this tournament he played one amazing game against the leader Wesley So. After this game, Wesely So was not able to play top-notch chess, and Caruana on the other hand kept on winning one game after another, and he won the tournament in great style. With this victory, he also won the Grand Chess Tour 2023. Amazing performance. Caruana is on a roll, and in this video, I'm going to show you the game which he played against Wesely So. It is a very short and sweet game, I will say, and I hope that you will enjoy this game analysis with me. So stay tuned with me till the end and enjoy this video. Don't forget to like this video, share this video with your friends, and if you are new to this channel, subscribe to my channel. So let's begin. Caruana playing with the white pieces starts with d4. Then Wesely So plays knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop to b4. This is the Nimzo Indian opening, and here several options are there from the white side. You can play e3, knight f3, bishop d2, queen c2, even bishop g5 is also sometimes players play. But Caruana decided to play e3, which is considered to be a very rock solid option. And now Wesley So decided to play c5, attacking the pawn in the center of the board. And now here, I will just like to tell you one thing, that you can definitely capture on c3, but even though the pawns will be doubled in this position, it is not going to cause you that much trouble, because white will be getting the b file for the rook. Furthermore, you will be getting bishop d3, knight e2, and f3 and e4. You will be getting very strong control in the center of the board. Okay, so that's not going to harm white in any way. So here Wesley So plays c5, attacking the pawn on d4, and now he goes for knight e2, supporting the pawn on d4, as well as at any point if bishop captures c3 happens, then we can definitely capture with the knight, and we will be maintaining the solid pawn structure. Okay, fair enough. Now in this position, Wesley decided to play d5. Okay, but I just want to tell you a little bit about this opening. Here there are several different alternatives, but one alternative which I really like is b6, and after b6 usually they go for a3, bishop to a5, and now rook b1. The idea is to play b4 and trap the bishop on a5, and in order to save the bishop you need to play knight a6. Now b4 is not going to come, and there are several interesting options, but the line which is there with g3, bishop to b7, d5 and b5 is considered to be very crazy. After b captures c4, here you can castle and then play e4, e captures d5 and e5. It is a crazy line. I will not go into complete details about this opening, but I just want to tell you that if you want to ever try, this is one of the opening which you can try from the white side. Okay, fine, fair enough. And I have played this opening against Adiban, our b3 cowboy, and I managed to draw the game also with him way back in 2012. Okay, that time also Adiban was a grandmaster, but okay, fine. And d5 was played in the game, as we are there. So a3 is played. As I showed you the line with b6, bishop a5 is a very common idea, so he goes for bishop to a5 in this position, and now d captures c5 happened on the board. He captures on c4. The queens can be exchanged in this position, but Caruana says like, okay, I don't want to exchange the queens right now in this position, I'm going to keep the queens on the board, and he plays bishop to d2. Okay, fair enough. Now Wesley says I will play knight to d2, going for the capture on c5. Here he plays knight g3. The idea is to capture the pawn on c4 with the bishop. Okay, now black plays b6. Of course, there was a possibility to capture on c5, which was, according to me, was a very good option. And after bishop captures c4, you can say that position is quite balanced. Okay, bishop will be coming back to c7 square, putting some pressure over here. b6 followed by bishop to b7 will also be coming, but white is not without the bullets. You can say white can always castle, followed by b4 and so on. The position will be tricky. Okay, but here instead of capturing on c5, he goes for b6, and now Caruana comes up with a very nice interesting idea, that was queen to f3, attacking the rook on a8 square. Now rook b8 was played in order to save the rook here in this position, and now instead of capturing the pawn on b6 or something, he goes for c6 move. The knight is under attack. Knight goes for e5, the queen on f3 and the knight on c6 both are under attack. what to do in this position. Here Caruana decided to play queen f4 and putting some slight pressure on this diagonal. Okay, now black plays bishop captures c3, bishop captures c3. Now this knight is still under attack. Knight goes for c6 pawn. Now the rook on b8 is well protected, so we don't need to worry about it. And now here he plays bishop rook to d1, getting the rook in the game before going for the bishop into f6. You can say queen e7 was played in the game, and after queen to e7 he goes for bishop captures c4. White's all the pieces are coming in the game. He is also threatening to castle in the position, and once he castles, his position will be very solid with all the pieces in the game. Okay, but now in this position Wesely So tries to muddy the waters, you can say. He could have played castle, which according to me was a possible alternative in the position, and maybe here Caruana might have gone for castle, and the position is kind of equal, or you can say slight better for white also, I will say, because of the two bishops which are there, not on those diagonals, on these two diagonals. Okay, but he decided to play b5 attacking the bishop. Now any normal player will go for bishop e2, which is kind of okay move, but Caruana finds out a very interesting idea in this position, that he first goes for bishop into f6, queen captures f6, and now instead of moving the bishop from this position, he goes for queen to d6. The point is, if you capture the bishop, then it is going to be a disaster for you, because after queen captures c6 check, the king needs to go on e7 or f8. Wherever you go, you are going to lose the game, because after queen c7 check, we have to go back somewhere, and then queen captures b8. White is simply piece up in the position, rook up I mean to say, and white should be winning. And even if you play king to f8 in this situation, then you can play queen d6 followed by queen captures b8. So the rook on b8 is not going to survive. So queen d6 was a very nice intermediate move, I will say. With this move, one thing is also there, that black cannot castle in the situation, so black's king is stuck in the center of the board. That's why I was telling you, instead of playing b5, castling was something which black should have played. Okay, so now queen d6. Here Wesley decided to play e5, going for the queen exchanges, you can say, but Caruana says no, wait, I have a good move in this position. And here he comes up with a brilliant idea, which I think so that Wesley missed in this position, that was bishop captures f7 check. And the point is, if you you have to capture here king into f7, and then you can play queen c7 check. Now the queen can move somewhere, maybe e8 is also there, but if you play king to e8 in this situation, the move is rook to d6. The queen is under attack, the knight on c6 is also under attack. You can move the queen somewhere, and then queen captures c6. With this great position, the rook on d6 and the queen on c6, I think, and the thing is that black cannot really castle in the position, and the knight is going to jump on e4 square very soon. Castling will be done, and this rook will also be coming on the d file. White is clearly better in this situation, that's what I will say. So instead of going for all these things, here Wesley decided to play the strongest move, that was queen to e7. Still he is trying to maintain the balance, you can say, but the position is falling apart. After queen captures c6, bishop b7 was played, and now he captures yet another pawn in the center here on b5, and then bishop captures g2 was played. Well, the rook on h1 is under attack, and the queen is also under attack, so we have to save both the pieces. So here Caruana comes with the simple move, that is queen to c4 check. I think so this was a very important move, because if you don't play that move, then you might be in trouble. Okay, queen c4 check. Here two options are there, either you can come up in this position, or you can go back in the position. Let's see what here will be happening if you play king to g6. If you play queen g6, the best move in this position is simply to play rook g1, and if the bishop moves anywhere, let's suppose you move the bishop anywhere, then the king is going to come under the fire here. First we can even play knight h5. If king captures h5, then simple queen g4 check, king h6, and then you can win the game with queen to h3, queen h4, and queen h4 check and mate. And if you don't capture the knight in this situation, if you play something else, then you are just simply going to lose the game. After king h6, you can say knight into g7 followed by queen is going to come here, and lots of mating threats are there. I think black is going to get checkmated, so you cannot really bring the king up in the position. So that's why Wesley decided to play king to f8 in this situation, but then the knight comes up on f5 square, the queen is under attack. Now queen f6 was played, and the last move is going to come on the board. not exactly this, but first he gives the check here, attacking the king. King goes to g8 square, and now he plays queen c7. The rook is under attack. If you move the rook to f8 square, then the best move in this position is simply rook to d7. You don't need to worry about the rook on h1, because if you capture the rook here, rook into g7 check, and it's going to be mate very soon. And if you are not going to capture the rook on h1, then what are you going to do? The pawn on g7 cannot be protected. If you try to play rook to f7 in this situation, then simply queen c8 check. If rook f8 comes on the board, then we can give this check, and if rook comes on this square in this position, then we can play knight e7 check. The king f8 if you play. Now can you find the checkmate in this position? I hope you found it. That is queen c8, and it's a check and mate. So no matter what, black is not going to survive in the position, and that's why Wesely So decided to resign in this position after queen to c7. I hope you like this short and sweet game. The analysis was also interesting, I guess so. And I hope we'll be meeting very soon in the next video. Till that moment, take care and love you all. Thank you.